So, hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and now I will summary the chapter 10 entitled Application Layer. This chapter 10 have a 4 section. Section 10.0, 10.1, 10.2, and 10.3. The introduction. The section 10.1 is Application Layer Protocols. Section 10.2, well-known application layer protocols and services, and the section 10.3 is the summary. So, topic 10.1, the application layer. The application layer is a closet to the end user, as shown in the figure. You must see the figure. Domain name system or DNS, Hypertext Transfer Protocol or HTTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol or SMTP, Post Office Protocol or POP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol or DHCP, File Transfer Protocol or FTP, Internet Message Access Protocol or IMAP. So that's the most application layer. Presentation and session layer. The presentation layer. The presentation layer have three primary functions: formatting or presenting data at the source device into a compatible form for receipt by the destination device, compressing data in a way that can be decompressed by the destination device, encrypting data for transmission and decrypting data upon receipt. The session layer, as the name implies, function at the site of the session layer, create and maintain dialogues between source and destination application. The session layer handles the exchange of information to initiate dialogues, keep them active, and to restart sessions that are disrupted or idea for a long period of time. TCP or IP application layer protocols. Application layer protocols are used by both the source and destination devices during a communication session. For the communication to be successful, the application layer protocols implemented on the source of the destination host must be compatible. Client-server model. In the client-server model, the device requesting the information is called a client, and the device responding to the request is called a server. Client and the server processes are considered to be in the application layer. One example of client-server network is using an ISP's email service to send, receive, and store email. The email client on the home computer issues a request on an ISP. Peer-to-peer networks. Peer-to-peer or P2P network model. The data is accessed from a peer device without the use of dedicated server. The P2P network models involves two parts, P2P and the P2P networks and P2P application. Both parts have a similar features that work quite differently. A simple example of P2P network is shown in the figure. In addition to sharing files, a network such as the one would allow users to enable network games are shared in internet connection. Peer-to-peer applications. A P2P application allows a device to act as both a client and server within the same communication, as shown in the figure. In this model, you must see the client server is every server client P2P application required that each and device provide the user interface, and run background service. The file sharing, the FTP or file transfer protocol. FTP is another commonly used application layer protocol. FTP was developed to allow for data transfers between a client and server. An FTP client is an application that runs on a computer that is used to push and pull data from FTP server. So this is the other for actual file transfer. The client establishes the first connection to the server for controlled traffic using TCP port 21, consisting of client commands that server replies. The client establishes that the second connection to the server for the actual data transfer using TCP port 20. This connection is created every time there is data to be transferred. The data transfer can be happen in either direction. The client can download or pull data from the server, or the client can upload, push data to the server. The service message block. The server message block or SMB is a client or server file sharing protocol that describes the structure of shared network resources such as directories, file, prints, and serial ports. It is a request response protocol. All SMB messages share a common format. The format uses a fixed size header followed by the variable size parameter. SMB messages can start, authenticate, and terminate sessions. Control and printer access. Allow an application to send or receive to or from another devices. SMB file sharing and print services have become the mainstay or Microsoft networking with the introduction of Windows 2000 software series. Microsoft changed the underlying structure for using SMB. In previous versions of Microsoft product, the SMB services use an TCP or IP protocol to implement names resolution. Beginning with Windows 2000, all subsequent Microsoft products use DNS naming. Unlike the file sharing supported by the FTP or file transfer protocol, clients establish a long-term connection to servers after the connection is established. The user of the client can access the resources on the server as if the resource is local to the client host. The Linux and the Unix operating system also provide a method of sharing resources with Microsoft networks using a version of SMB called Samba. The Apple Macintosh operating systems also support resources from the sharing type. So this is the whole summary of chapter 10, the entitled application layer. Delivery of data over the network can be requested from a server by a client or between devices that operate in P2P arrangement. In the P2P, the client or server relationship is established according to which device is the source and destination at the time. Messages are exchanged between the application layer services at each end device in accordance with the protocol specifications to establish and use this relationship. Protocols like HTTP example support the delivery of web pages to end devices, and SMTP or IMAP and PAP support sending and receiving email. DNS resolves the human legible names used to report the network resources into numeric addresses usable by the network. Clouds are remote upstream the locations and store data in host applications so that the users do not require as many local host names like that resources that can seamlessly access the content on different devices or from any locations. All of these elements work together at the application layer. The application layer enables users to work and play over the internet. So that's all for the chapter 10. That's all. Thank you.